Most recently came from Texas. I've actually been living there for the last 17 years prior to coming to Maine. I came to Maine for a job opportunity working with Mimic downtown here in Portland, and then found and purchased a home in Old Orchard Beach where my wife and I have been living ever since. It is a different way of life here, or truly a way of life up here compared to other places I've lived. We've gone out to the White Mountains hiking, we've gone up to Acadia Park, we've gone up to Bangor. I'm gonna make sure I say that right. Not like, I don't say it like a native Mainer, and we've spent a lot of time down where we live on Old Orchard Beach in the summer. We had the opportunity to have our family up on 3 different occasions. We had grandkids stay with us for a few weeks during the summer, and we did every type of activity you could imagine down there. Hi, I'm Tom Weiss. I work at Mimic, and you can find your Maine job at liveandworkinmaine.com.
Meet the newest member of the MaineLife team. This, my friends, is Rico Stelvio, the Italian stallion I've been waiting for. He's quite the catch. Reliable, edgy, and perfectly proportioned with a strong core. He has a front engine, all-wheel drive, and an 8-speed automatic transmission with a carbon fiber drive shaft. He's an alpha. But then again, so am I. I think we're gonna get along just fine. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3,
Oh, I know you guys. You can do that. Was good. That was good. Especially you, big mouth.
An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound. And I pressed and I've waited with my ear upon the ground. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there after many miles.
I started coming to Sugarloaf in my 20s as an alternative place to ski in Maine.
So we own a design firm in Portland, Main Street Design Company, and we work really, really hard all week until Thursday. And Thursdays become as much like Friday as ever.
Oh, cheers! Cheers! Thank you.
Talking to me.
Hi, Erin. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my friend. Okay, so Sugarloaf. Tell me why you love it.
I love it because it's there's a lot of incredible people here that do not only skiing but do the hut trails and the hiking and the swimming holes, and they're a very charitable group of people that come together for things like the Summit Charity.
No, I grew up in New York, but when I was a 12-year-old, I was the youngest of 5. Nobody in my family skied. I read about Sugarloafers ski camp in the back of Ski Magazine in an ad that was like this big, and I begged my parents to let me go. And the camp ran buses from Philadelphia up I-95 all the way to Sugarloaf. And it was like a summer camp except on skis, and I've been back every year since. I've skied all over the country, and there's something about Sugarloaf that's magical. It's just, I mean, you look at the Senator Angus King is here, and he's wearing blue jeans and boots and a vest that says Sugarloaf. You know, it's just, it's not an Aspen, it's not fancy, it's just awesome.
It is, not to sound cliche, but it is a family, right?
It is. It is. There's just so much to offer up here, whether it's for little ones or teenagers or adults. It depends on what you're looking for, but there's a lot to offer.
And it's, I was gonna say, it's so multi-generational. Like, I've been coming up here since 1984.
80s for me too.
80s. It's so awesome to be able to pass that down to our kids, and then, you know, in all hopes their kids will come up here too. And it just is so, great to keep it going.
Sugarloaf is different in that it is a little bit harder to get to, not much, but a little bit further away, and because of that, we don't get the day trippers as much on the weekend from out of state, so that it's less crowded. You get the season ticket holders, but the slopes are less crowded. We have a lot of terrain to ski, and it's not a zoo like it can be in southern parts of New England.
It's all intertwined, you know, like we own delis, and then, you know, your friend owns the other place, and with the school, with CVA and the mountain, there's a lot of crossover there, and everyone just kind of works together, helps each other. We're all kind of in the same boat together, just like trying to make a living up here, and you help each other out. You know, it's not a us versus them, it's everyone together. Like, if we can, you know, grow the excitement around Sugarloaf and just tourism to the area and bringing people in, ultimately helps all of us.
Where should we begin?
Pre-ski, maybe après-ski.
No, there's a lot of different places to go to. Widowmaker has fun bands.
Hunker Down is the best fries.
Yeah.
And they all love
the bag
arcades,
is
which
always a regular. Yeah, and there's like game rooms for the kids, or they go out sledding, and so they can entertain each other. And
they'll make s'mores out by the bonfire. Yeah. I mean, there's always something going on.
Yeah, Amos hangs around.
Yeah, but I find they just kind of all want to be just hanging out outside.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I'm a proud sponsor of the Maine Women's Lobby. I'm Seth Rigoletti, leadership coach, and I want to thank the Maine Women's Lobby for their continuous leadership and empowerment of Maine women and girls.
Back then you had potluck suppers, and the membership was $2, and there was very little resources for that. So they needed to hire a lobbyist who would sort of take a chance, who was personally committed in taking a chance with the organization. Given the commitment of my friend Kim Matthews and other women on the board, I decided to give it a chance, and was very excited about the opportunity to be the first lobbyist. I think we've come a long way on individual issues. I'm so proud of all the young women I see and are in my family, and what they're doing and how they're asserting themselves. But we still have a long way to go. We haven't solved the healthcare issue in this country, and I believe that really significantly is often more of a burden on women. It's a great organization to get involved in a wide variety of issues, so you can find your place of something that you're passionate about and means a lot to you.
The Carrabassett Valley Academy was started back in the early 80s for a need for the local Maine kids to have more of a full-time ski program. And they don't just have alpine ski racing, they used to have a Nordic program, but they also have a snowboard competitive program as well as freestyle program. You know, they combine, you know, high-end prep school academic program with snow sports. So the kids will be skiing in the morning all the way through till lunchtime, and then they'll also do some classes in the afternoon and into the evening, almost till dinner time.
So we're here at CVA. We're both in grade 8. We do the Alpine program. We're U16s, and
we really love it here because the community is so supportive and everyone's so kind to each other, and the teachers are really supportive with travel and races and all your work.
Yeah.
When you're a little kid in middle school and you're just like hating school, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to go skiing every day, and then all of a sudden you realize there's an option for that, and it's called these things called ski academies.
We get to ski every day and train with the people we love. It's just amazing.
I had the privilege to live here at Sugarloaf, so I was a day student, which helped kind of make it more affordable and stuff, so I was able to go my whole high school career to CVA. What's super unique about CVA compared to the other ski academies is its relationship with the mountain mountain and the mountain itself. Sugarloaf has a very unique slope that is very challenging in a lot of ways, and it is much more kind of catered to developing a higher end skier than some of the other hills, and it made all the difference for me to be able to go skiing every single day when I was at school at CVA, go up and train on the narrow gauge, and to then come back and have races like US Nationals here and NORAM Finals. And if you can ski that ice at Sugarloaf, you can ski anywhere.
CVA offers a weekend program, and it starts at age 7 and it goes all the way up through high school. And I coach the U10s, and they can ski the whole mountain. And my whole philosophy in life is I am fostering little Sugarloafers. I'm raising these kids to own the mountain. They feel comfortable and they have such a sense of, I mean, when you say you're a Sugarloafer, and we call it loafer, it comes with a lot of, I mean, that's a pretty special thing to say, yeah, pride. And so I get up there, I ski with them, and I just say, okay, you know, I just like to have fun. Sometimes I'm accused of having too much fun, but I'm staying that way. I'm not changing.
I'm 9 and I'm in CVA. My name's Poppy.
And you are?
Coco.
Okay. Do you want to do an interview? All right, come on up.
All right, we're doing slalom, the big gates training this afternoon.
Is it scary?
I just had one today. It was fun. A little scary also. You get to race and there's really good teachers. Yeah. Is this for TV?
Yeah, you'll talk to me, okay? Don't look at the camera.
Oh wow, okay.
Tell me your names.
Riley, Lucia, Ashlyn, but people call me Cece. Sugarloaf, it's a really cool mountain, and I used to do the Mount Snow ski team, then Gould, and I didn't really like it. And then I went here and I loved it, so yeah.
It's fun!
Yeah, and
the coaches are the best.
I kind of like just skiing around, skiing with my coaches and all that stuff. Yeah, and it has Lanny.
It's not only do they become incredible skiers and skiers for life, but the camaraderie and the friendships that are built, it's just, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's just that feeling of like, I know I'm gonna go out and see my buds, I'm gonna have a great time with them, the parents hang out, it becomes a family.
And it builds so much confidence. I mean, racing is scary. We both grew up racing, and no matter how long you've been doing it, when you're in the gates, I mean, and I think once they learn, they can get through that. School, other sports, other challenges, they're like, you know what, if I can ski down ice and get through that.
Get through that math test.
I'm Kinsey Berry, and I've been a proud Sugarloafer since 2010.
I'm Maisley Tone, and I've been a Sugarloafer since 2008.
I'm Sam Morse with the US Ski Team, Sugarloafer since 1996. See you on the mountain.
Hi everybody, and welcome to What's Brewing here on MaineLife, a new segment each and every week that discusses our booming brew scene, beer, and all of the issues that are facing the state of Maine, in addition to the victories that we are celebrating.
Sounds good to me.
I am Erin O'Valley, not your host. Quincy Hensel, the CEO of the Portland Regional Chamber, is on a much-deserved vacation. She will be your host along with...
My name is Dana Connors. I'm the president of the Maine State Chamber of Commerce, and a pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you, Dana. And we are here at Flight Deck Brewing in Brunswick. And Mr. Nate Wilds is joining us.
Yes.
He is one of the owners here, delivering.
Delivering 2 beers, our T56, a hibiscus tea beer, and our 44th Parallel, a West Coast style IPA, which I happen to know Dana enjoys.
Yes, but don't spread that word around.
No, he's
too
only
far.
been in once or twice.
Yeah.
Well, and congratulations, you are coming up on your year anniversary.
We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's only been 11 months.
Yeah.
When we opened, Brunswick Landing was on the wave of upwards trajectory in terms of jobs, in terms of people that were aware that this is now open to the public. You know, for a long time when you came onto the landing, it was a Navy base, so the first thing you saw were a couple of naval officers with pretty big guns that wanted to check out your vehicle before you proceeded in. So it wasn't a very welcoming place by design. And now it's the opposite.
Yeah,
We've got outdoor recreation, we've got beer, we've got great food.
Well, you know, you're part of an industry that has become so significant to our state's economy, and every one of you are quite unique in your beers, but also in your presentation. And I'm so struck by how you've taken a facility, a rifle range, and made it into a very attractive, popular pub. I think it's fantastic.
Thanks,
congratulations.
Well, Nate, thank you very much. Congratulations
Thanks
on your year anniversary. And don't go too far, because you're going to be talking about workforce development with Liz Rensenbrink from Tyler Technologies coming up.
And to you, my friend, your
Cheers,
partner, and all
both of
your
you.
staff, cheers.
To a good brew.
Great.
Ah, indeed.
We'll be right back. Hey everybody, and welcome back to What's Brewing. We are now joined by Liz Rensenbrink from Tyler Technologies. Thanks so much for making the drive up here. We know that you have a big job, Director of HR, and in a growing business like yours, you must be busy.
A little bit, just a little busy.
Tell us a little bit about your position and what's going on at Tyler.
Well, as the Human Resources Director, I oversee about 1,400 employees, and 650 of them are right here in Maine. We have offices in Yarmouth, Falmouth, and Bangor. And like you said, we just opened a brand new facility attached to our Yarmouth office that's going to seat 500 people. And over the next 8 to 10 years, we hope to fill those seats with new employees right here in Maine. Tyler Technologies is a software company, and we provide software and services to the public sector. We're the largest company in the country that provides that kind of service and of the size that we are. You know, you keep hearing these stories about the flight from Maine of our college students and even our high school students, and our young people are leaving and not staying. And we just don't have enough people to fill our positions. So what are other creative things we can be doing? And you know, I think
guess what?
Got our guy.
Right here.
It's all on me.
Take it away.
No, certainly Live and Work in Maine is an initiative. There are three of us, myself and Dave Vasconcelos and Ed McCursey. Ed's the founder, and the purpose of Live and Work in Maine was to showcase the story of Maine employers that are growing, that are thriving, but that are starting to run into that input challenge of we need more people.
I found that there is a phenomenon, I guess is what you describe as, that our young people, not unlike young people in other states, want to expand, explore. So in their early 20s they do it. But what I'm finding is when they start to raise their family in the 30s, they want to come back to Maine. So Live and Work in Maine, I suspect, really capitalizes on that audience.
That's right. I mean, that's all about quality of life, right? Whether you're ready for that quality of life right when you graduate school, or you're ready when you have your first kid, or you're ready when you meet your loved one and you want to settle down, or when you're ready and discover that Portland is not the Portland it was in the 90s. It's certainly a thriving metropolis today.
Companies are really stepping up to try to address the issue of supply. But truthfully, 80% of our growth is going to come from people that we can bring in. In fact, this is a national statistic that 80% of our growth between 2000 and 2050 are going to come from migration. The people that have moved away that want to come back. And Maine, Nate's right, we have an attitude issue that we need to be thinking more about the positive, what we really do have here, and to showcase that, because that helps.
Because how often do you get to go to work and have a beer with good people doing good stuff?
Right. And speaking of beer, which one is she drinking?
That's the Wright Stuff. It's a rye pale ale, named after the Wright brothers. Aviation theme going on here.
Got it.
Dana's sticking with the 44th Parallel, West Coast style IPA. I'm drinking the Pilot's Porridge, an oatmeal stout, a nice dark beer. And you've got the T56, a hibiscus tea beer. So it's a pale ale that we steep hibiscus flowers, cinnamon, lemon myrtle, and nutmeg in.
Well, before we do our final toast, a quick lightning round I like to do to get a little bit of information about each of you. You've got 3 seconds, and then we're going to move on. So my question to you, Liz, would be, who is your favorite new hire? Just kidding. Do you have
She almost answered.
I know, I'm like, oh no.
the most recent restaurant you went to that you want to tell everybody about?
Well, I went to Scales for my birthday a few weeks ago, and it was just very casual and elegant and fancy but comfortable, and the food was phenomenal.
Dana, Patagonia or LL Bean?
LL Bean.
Why is that a softball? Come on.
I like the question.
Your favorite season in Maine, if you could pick one, and why?
My favorite season would have to be summer, although I stretch it out because there are so many things to do and I run out of time to do them all. So, Maine in summer, you can't beat it.
What did you get your fiancé for Valentine's Day?
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's hear it.
I can't tell you on
Live and
TV.
work in Maine or Flight Deck Brewing?
Yes. That's why we have one on each side.
Thank you guys so much. We'll continue to keep the conversation going, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Maine Huts and Trails is one of the best things that has happened to this area. It opened up about between 80 and 100 miles of groomed trails for Nordic skiing or snowshoeing in the wintertime. And then you get to this hut and it's this beautiful cabin in the woods. And each hut is really cool because they're all different and they all have their unique little differences, but yet the whole vibe is the same. The hut staff is they're so passionate about their job. The food is some of the best food you'll ever eat. And it's like this little community that I don't know where they find the staff, but they just love what they're doing and you can feel it. Some of those people who want an outdoor experience, but they're not ready to do it on their own, they come out here. It's a little bit of hand holding. They can go with a guide or they can go by themselves, but they know that at the end of the day, they're gonna go to this hut and the staff is waiting for them, food is waiting for them, really awesome local crafted beer and wine is waiting for them. And then, like I said, once we get to the hut, what we can do is we can go check out this waterfall. And then one section right here, once you get down. Okay, ready? All right, bye guys. Well, I like that you take people who really wouldn't feel comfortable doing this and you open up the doors to allow them to come out and experience the wilderness, and they realize that they actually really can do it. And also any level of discomfort or adversity or physical work really brings you together as a group, and to get off the grid and not have to answer your emails and just do all that stuff is so important. So I really love to see people show up, deer in the headlights, they have no idea what's going on. And by the second or third day, they are owning the trail. They can't wait to get out and ski or snowshoe or whatever adventure that we're doing. Do you guys see the Bigelows? This is Little Bigelow. That's Big Bigelow. This is awesome.
Could you tell us what kind of wine you have again?
Yeah. So we have 4 by the glass, a Pinot Grigio and a Chardonnay, as well as a Pinot Noir and a Cabernet Sauvignon.
But you want to get a bottle, right?
You want to get a bottle? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's my favorite out.
Well, I was just talking for me. What did you want? No. The thing about the huts is that it is a huge economic boom to Franklin County. So to our little county, it's a huge development. So we get a lot of locals that come here. In fact, if you look at this sign, half price every Tuesday for any local. This is my 4th dinner in the huts, and let me tell you, I don't want to go home tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, a lot of times is you come here and you don't know anybody, but you leave here and you make so many friends. Or the other thing too is you if you're doing the whole system, you check into Grand Falls and you go the whole way with a group of people, and you see each other on the trail. You share stories, and you get to each hut, and at the end you feel like you've bonded because you've gone through so much together. The highs and the lows, everything, you've shared it together.